pillar, do you want it to collapse? You want it to collapse, something will die, man. You will die. So you want it to collapse, but you don't want it to collapse so much. Yes or no? Right? You want it to collapse, and you don't want it to collapse so much. It's like, do you want or do you don't want? Right? So what material will you use? Not saying not, what he's saying is not true. But if you look over here, how many of you reverse your car more than 30 kilometers per hour without stealing something? I will only go more than 30 kilometers per hour if I'm stealing a car. You see the video in Mississauga, what happened? That guy ran over, the lady ran over the guy, and the guy did not die, and lucky for him. Yes or no? I will only reverse more than what? 30 kilometers per hour if I'm stealing something, or my job is a getaway car. Have you reversed more than 30 kilometers per hour? Why not you try later on, okay? When you reverse, I think your gears will go. I think most cars rated up to 40 kilometers per hour. Okay? You can go beyond 30, but you know. Okay, good luck. Okay? But you can see that the energy, the strain required, the strain induced during deformation, we have this data down here, right? We have the data down here. At 30 kilometers per hour, upon impact, the strain induced is not so what? Different. In fact, you are better off with what? So why is that? Right? So why is that? So if we were to assume the impact, okay, if we were to assume that upon impact, this is not a great example, but it's just a sketch, okay? Upon impact, this is the stress. And as I said, this is not a really good example. You can see the strain induced on dual phase steel. Let's say, okay, I project this. Okay, I project this. Okay, you can see the strain impact for trip steel is lower than what? Dual phase. Yes or no? Right? So you want it to absorb some energy, okay? You want it to collapse, okay? But you don't want it to collapse way too much. Are we clear? Okay, so for the rear side, what? We call this the rear side pillar. Okay, we look at the rear side pillar. The function is to absorb the energy during impact, okay, and must protect the what? gas tank, and also the what? Rear passenger. Right? Right? You also want to protect the rear passenger. So the preferred material is going to be what? Use what? Trip 800. Okay? So B is equal to what? Why? Because B is equal to 2153 megapascal. The N is equal to 0.66. Okay? And the C is equal to 0.014. Okay? So note an important thing to consider, the impact speed in reverse, okay, is about 30 kilometers per hour. Okay. So when 30 kilometers per hour means what? Less what? Kinetic energy to what? Absorb. Okay. Now some of you might, so if this is the direction of driving, right? If this is a car, all right, this is a car, this is the steering wheel, okay, this is the exhaust, and then another car, okay, and this is the steering wheel, and this is the exhaust, right? So this is the direction. Now, if this thing were to hit at 100 kilometers per hour, it's an old car, it does not have bells and whistle, it goes at 120 kilometers per hour, what will happen? Will car A explode because of car B? Yes, why, no, why? I'll tell you, it will not explode. Car A will not explode. Why? Remember, the rear is not designed for what? Impact. Only designed for like 30, 40 kilometers per hour. But this car is coming in at what? 120. And it is doing this. And then it rear end you. What will happen? It happens. This happens in 401 every day. But did the car explode? Why? Sometimes it might. I know some people drive at 240 kilometers per hour. The car can bend. Right? Why? Because at the front end, you have what? At the rear end, you have what? This one, hopefully, is what? And this one is what? So that is why when someone rear end you, most of the time, what do you see? The car behind that rear end you, the front has more damage than the what? What? Okay, I'm not saying that when you see accident, reaching out to what? Go slow. Oh yeah, he's right. You see this every time. See, you see this every time. So that's why this course no need do experimental work. Just go to 401 tonight. Just go and see. The car behind, the front car, the back is not so much in what? Damage. Because they use what? It will crumble, but not so much. The one behind, 1280 will just go brand. Does not mean it's a weaker car. It was meant to be what? Now, they start designing cars like this. Who made them? You and me. What's the problem with dual phase in manufacturing? What's the problem? What is the problem with dual phase steel during manufacturing? C is equal to what? 0.125. If today you are supplying for Toyota, they want you to make 600 today. Tomorrow they say, hey, my order of car is so good. Next month I need 1,200 parts. Why? You outsource, you start to buy new equipment, you not increase your manufacturing speed a lot. I know this course is called manufacturing engineering. I know, but as manufacturing engineer, you have to see the side of a mechanical engineer and also understand the side of the what? Manufacturing engineer. If not, and also on the aspect of what? Material science. Yes or no? If not, you put 3 groups of people together to make a car, they will kill one another. Agree or disagree? Okay? Okay, go home. Don't go and experiment your car, go and knock your car in front and see how much damage you get. Okay? Let someone else do it. Okay, go home, go home. I'll see you guys next week, and then I'll post the homework on Sunday.
Sir?
Yes.
What's the assignment going to be like?
Yeah? Hello?
The assignment, what will it be like?
What?
The assignment.
Oh,
is it like
you'll get about
questions?
5 questions, okay?
Okay.
Okay then, bye.
Bye.
Eugene.